Yeah, hello guys, welcome back. Monday Racing League time, Monday evening. Of course, we're racing. Yeah, long time no stream. But today I'm back. Just maybe we have some problems today, but streaming problems as always. But let's go for this one. Lap data and full track map. Hide UI. So let's go for Jamie. Let's sit into the cockpit of Jamie. Turn 1, turn 2, nice and tidy. So Jamie the first man on a hot lap. Tricky turns. Also hear some problems while entering the corner. A little wiggle at the exit, but all good so far. Flat out baby, braking at the 75 meters. And now we are heading to the final corner of this amazing track here in Monza. First time on the board, it's 1:18.777. Now let's head over to the leader of the driver championship, Angelo. Looked a little bit more controlled from the POV we have compared to Jamie's hot lap before. Old press did a lap of 1:26.761. Maybe just warming up the tires. Not very competitive lap time. What a view. Angelo heading into the Parabolica. Not under 200 kph. Amazing speed. Heading to P2. Samuko to P1. Wow. Okay. Samuko is back. What is Tam doing? Tam. Okay. Tomasito. We'll check on P4. Well guys, I do have a little new setup here. Sitting not in my rig at the moment, just on the table, not on, next to the table. Was a little bit provisional setup I have here, and Tam goes to P1, a half a second clear of the rest of the field. Yeah. Tam leading ahead of Samuku, a half a second as I said, then 4/10 to Jamie, another 2/10 to Angelo, then Lucic on P5, Volpress with a 1:26.7, rounding up the timesheet of the drivers who finished a hot lap. Let's go to Yo-Yo, just starting a hot lap. .26.2, that's 2/10 slower than the pole time. It's very weird to see Yo-Yo sitting in a Red Bull. But anyway, Wow, that was an invalidation. You see the map on the right bottom of your screen is marked in red. Is he going for another hot lap? No. And also I see a new name here, Mao. Let's see his first hot lap here. Today, Monza, Italy. First Grand Prix was held 1950 here. Invitation from Mao. Let's go back to Wolfring. Or back the first sighting of Wolfring here. Track length 5.7 kilometers. Whole run to turn 1 braking point, 472 meters. More details of the track we hear later on at the beginning of the start. Let's have a look what Wolfring is doing. Two times slower in sector 1, and what was that, baby? I just heard a crash, I didn't watch the stream. Okay, so maybe he lost his car or drove onto another driver. Not sure. Only have 2 eyes, but easy. So Wolfring out of the qualifying. Good evening, Cy Nelson. Look what Yo-Yo is doing. Well, Yo-Yo invalidated first lap time. 2000s behind in sector 2, okay, and again an invalidation from the Austrian driver. Let's go to Champion Myth. He's surely battling for a pole position here. 25.777 in sector 1, the 2 times faster than anybody else in sector 1. And now invalidation for the champion. In this case, let's go to Pulley into turn 1. Oh, nice one. Giga, Ghost. Oh, the beer is not missing, huh? Go back to serious stuff here. Watching Pulley. We have 6 minutes 55 left in the qualifying session. Pulley with no time on the board. Myth as well invalidated last attempt. Mao still in the pit. And Wolfring crashed. Why? Angelo trying to give maybe Pulley a little bit slipstream. We had a little discussion before the race, and there was some incident in Austria, I think. Pulley with a 1:19.769, finishing on 7 at the moment. Again, invalidation for myth, okay. Sumuku in the Parabolica. Might be a very good time. He jumps up to P3, only 400ths of a second. Separate Jamie. Jamie on P2, nice one. 400th of a second. Let's finish this sentence. Separate Jamie and Sumuku. And 8,000 separates Sumuku and Angelo. So Lucek on P5. Anybody else on a hot lap? Maybe. No. Let's go back to myth. Now turn 1, turn 2. Maybe he can bring up a time now to the leaderboard. A little bit grass on the front right tire. 25.9 in sector 1. 4,000ths of a second slower than Tomasito, who is now on P1, Jamie on P2. Sumuku still P3, P4, Angelo. Nothing has changed there. But now surely something will change. And, again, invalidation. What is the Italian driver doing here in Monza? Come on, Mattia, you can do better. Need to click a little. Need to send a little image of the telemetry data to the chat. Not sure if it's working, but anyway. More or less nice turns from Mao and Ascari. Now we're heading to the Parabolica. Now fastest lap from Tam Tam. 18.0. Now jumps up to P8. Who else is on track? We see Wolpers on track in the Aston Martin. A lot of onboards now. Let's go off-board. There is something mentioned on the dashboard in garage, and I wrote in garbage. Anyway, So WordPress not pushing at the moment. In this case, let's go to Angelo. On a hot lap now. Time is close to 0, 35 seconds left in the qualifying session. Let's see. Cool start from pole position. Looks like Tam is heading first into T1. Unless he's having a bad start. Purple sector 1. For Angelo. Sector 2. P3. Nice one. His teammate just behind. Stays on P8. Jamie invalidated. Who is next? Is it Yo-Yo? Going into the pit. Who is next? I don't see any maybe check and do something here. No. What about Myth? Yeah. Sorry, was a little bit bad commentary for the qualifying session, but we have the final result of the qualifying of Monza season 12 race number, I think it's race number 4. Yes, we have Tam close to, not close, 6 times faster. No, 4 times, sorry. 4 times faster than Jamie on P2, then we have Angelo. On P3 there was a tight one as well, a tight one to Sumuku. Another 4 tenths behind we have Lucek, the WordPress, Yo-Yo Pulley, and Mao, Wolfing and Myth rounding up the grid here. So guys, we are back here. Now let's switch a little bit to this one here. Yeah, track length 5.7 kilometers. All around to turn 1, braking point 472 meters. Safety car possibility of 50%, virtual safety car 38. Pit stop time loss 23.4 seconds, maximum speed around 350 kph, full throttle 84% of the whole track. Longest flat out section 1520 meters, downforce level low, and gear changes more or less 36 per lap. Was a little introduction. We do have a 2 pit stop race. Maybe. You never know here. And we have Angelo leading the driver championship with 76 points, ahead of Tomasito with 68 points. And on the 8 points behind we have Mattia on P3 with 60 points. Let's go for Samuku for the start. Let's count now down to 5, up to 5. 5 lights. Out, away we go racing here in Monza. Long time didn't set these words. Now let's see what is happening into turn 1. Jamie, a nice, very nice start. A little tap from Samuku. Now Samuku is ghosted. Let go to the off-board camera. A little carnage behind between the 2 Kicksauber drivers. Angelo back on P5 and Tam fighting with Jamie for P1. Also Samuku in the battle. And then back to P1. Samuku still fighting with 4, position 2 with Jamie. Good old rivals. As you maybe know, Jamie was a driver who drove in the first seasons of Monday Racing League. He's doing now a return to the Monday Racing League in season 12. What's happening more in the back of the field. As far as I can see, no damage, at least from the drivers. I see the telemetry data. Let's go to Samuku's on board to see Jamie overtaking. What an overtake from Jamie. A very nice dive bomb, but Samuku surely gave him enough space. Let's go quickly to mid. Wow. Nice battles in here, and what an overtake from Myth. Samuku fighting his car, and then Myth was able to overtake Samuku. So we have more or less close gaps, except the one from P1 to P2, 2.9, close to 3 seconds gap between Tomasito, Tam and Jamie. What is Angelo doing? Is Angelo going soon for an overtake? Maybe in the Parabolica. Let's see who has the bigger balls in here. Wow! Samuku sliding a little bit, but is having not a too bad exit. Fastest lap at the moment from Jamie, 1:22.845, and an overtake from Angelo on Samuku. But Samuku's still there. Samuku's still there. Let's go a little bit to the off-board view to see some more action. Or the broadcast view. Is Jamie able to go onto the podium today? Yes or no? I think yes. For the time being, at least these first 3 laps, he showed pretty nice pace. Nice battles with Tam Zumuku and Myth finally. And Myth is now on a hunt for Tam, of course. The 2 rivals from last season, they finished with same amount of points in the Driver Championship standings last season, 11. But because Myth won more races, he came out as the new champion. .4 seconds gap between Tam and Myth. In the back, something happened between Yo-Yo and Zumuku. Still no damage at the moment. Zumuku is driving with 2 liters more fuel. I don't know if it's liters or percent, but 2 more than everybody else. You see, Myth need to save a little bit of fuel as well. Tam have minus 0.7 and minus 0.6 for Tam. So Yo-Yo fighting. Just lap number 4 of 27. And Angelo and Jamie still fighting. Jamie now sitting on position 4. And he make the use of the DRS at the end of the long straight into turn 1. No. Let's have a quick look to Mao and Puli. Yeah, regarding warnings, we have already 2 warnings for track limits for Samuko and 2 warnings for Puli. Also 2 warnings for Myth, of course. Only 1 warning for Tam. Myth trying to close the gap still around 3 seconds, 3.5 seconds, 3.1 second, 3.2 seconds at the moment. Jamie. Yeah guys, regarding track record, it's a 120 100 from mid out of season 8. At the moment the drivers are in the 122, in the higher 122 areas, 122.5, 122.8. For more than 2 seconds faster the track record. Looks like the gaps are getting a little bit sorted. We have still over 3 seconds the gap between Temtem and Mick. 2.3 seconds between Angelo and Mick. And the closest battle we have, the closest gap is 0.7, 0.6 seconds between Angelo on P3 and P4 Jamie. Another 5 seconds gap to Yo-Yo. Close to 2 seconds further back is Zomuku. Lucek driving on P7. We didn't saw him for a long time, so let's go to him. 1.7, 1.5, 1.4 second. Wow. Is he closing in to Zomuku? Is Zomuku having any damage? Let's see. No. I don't see any on the dashboard. Have a quick look to the tires. That's normally something I do at the beginning of the race, but I just forgot it. So we have 5 hard runners, the rest on medium tires, so Zomuku and Lucek on the same tires. The gap is now more or less stable between Zomuku and Lucek, so no problems for Zomuku, I expect, but he's going into pit, okay. Look to this battle here between Lucek and Wolfring. I think we're gonna see soon an overtake attempt from Wolfring. Onto the kick salver of Lucek. Lucek driving alongside the current champion Myth for this season 12. Beautiful exit from Wolfring. Regarding weather forecasts, so Lucek also in the pit. Regarding weather forecast, we have just overcast conditions, no rain expected, at least for the next 30 minutes. Weather stays more or less stable. Oof. What's that? Anyway, maybe a little mischief. Let's go to Jamie, who is trying to hunt down Angelo in front. 4.6 second, 4.7 second gap between P1 and P2, 2 seconds between Angelo and Mid, so Mid is fighting with his tires. %. front left tire wear. 10 seconds speeding in pit lane for Myth. I think that's more or less race over. If we count in the pace of Tom Tom today, I don't think that Myth can catch up 10 seconds unless Tom Tom is doing any mistake out there. Also Wolfen in pit. The top 4 drivers still need to go into the pit. Myth now also on the hard tires as well, Lucek. Still with the fastest lap point, belongs to him, a 1:21.1 for time being, so there is still 1 second more on the table to achieve the track record, and we got a 3-second time penalty. Good track limits for Lucek. It's the first one with track limit warnings resulting into a penalty, time penalty. Well, as you know, we have ultra low downforce level here. Monza is also known as the Temple of Speed. Very hard braking zones here. Coming with a lot of high speed onto the brakes and then back to full throttle. Not on this corner, of course, the Parabolica. One of the iconic corners in the Formula 1 calendar. So for time being we don't have any battles. Not visual battles, but surely battles later on. Sadly DNF'd. The very early stages of the race, so we have 14 laps to go. Still 14. So we're more or less in the middle of the race. Now again into pit, changing to soft tires. Okay, what kind of strategy is this? Let's go to the leader. We haven't seen him for a long time. He's driving in the Red Bull with a special livery, a white livery. Red Bull only on P3 in the constructor standings. It's behind Alpine and the leaders Kick Sauber. I'm pretty sure Tam Tam and Yo-Yo will fight back at the later stage of the season because they are two-time team champions, constructor champions in the Monday Racing League. So last season they won and the season before as well. So season 11 and season 10 they have been constructor champion. But of course Myth driving alongside Lucek. Very strong team. That's why they are leading at the moment in the constructor standings. Well, let's go. I wanted to go to Angelo. So now Angelo now on the medium tires for the second stint. Second run here in Monza. What happened with the yellow flags? Yeah, not much to say. We have now Jamie and Tam Tam in the pit. Tam Tam already exiting the pit. Where is he coming out? Just ahead of Myth. Myth still driving with a 10-second time penalty, so Myth pushed a little bit to close the gap between him and Tam Tam. We do remember it has been close to 3.5 seconds, around 3.5 seconds, always the gap between Tam Tam and Myth, and now they are driving next to each other, more or less next to each other, behind each other, that is said, but yeah, there's still more to come, because Tam Tam at the moment on the medium tires, Myth started on the mediums, and now they swapped the tires. Myth now on the hard tires. I'm pretty sure Tam Tam can escape, but Myth is doing everything he can to stay very close behind Tam Tam. You're now in the pit. So everybody did the pit stop. At least one pit stop. We saw WordPress going for a second pit stop as well now. With saving a little bit of fuel. Coast and roll and coast. But he's still able to go the pace of Tam Tam. Surely the tires of Myth's car are 6 laps old, and the mediums of Tam Tam only 1 lap. I'm now trying to break the toe. Wow, that was a close one. Jamie with the fastest lap, a 1:21.060. Sadly, Bera is not driving today. I was hoping he's driving. Maybe he's watching, but let's see. Nobody in the chat so far. Still 9 laps to go. Speeding in pit lane. Penalty for now. Look, I see any guesses who is winning the race. I'm going for TamTam. Ahead of Angelo. It's just because Smith is having 10-second time penalty and yeah, a P3 Myth. Maybe Jamie. It might be TamTam, Angelo, Myth, but let's see what's the result. Just let me know if you have any guesses. So, yeah. Back to series of, as always, after you see my face. Yeah. We have P7 Lucic. Who's behind Yo-Yo? Yeah, let's go back to the front runners here with TamTam and Myth. I was thinking maybe Lucic is closing the gap to Yo-Yo, but looks like Yo-Yo is escaping now. Very nice camera view. I love it. Now Myth is going for an overtake attempt and he's overtaking Tam. So we have the Italian driver leading the Grand Prix here in Monza. Close battle between him and Tam. I'm pretty sure Myth is not going to hit one more time, as well not Tam. The tires are looking more or less good. Angelo on P3. More or less a lonely race for him. Jamie another 10 seconds behind on P4. Yeah, Zamuku did some nice battles at the beginning of the race. Now he's driving on P5 and began fighting with Yo-Yo. Two drivers with the most races in today's grid. Yo-Yo with race 160 today, and Samuku 146 races here in the Monday Racing League. So 160 races for Yo-Yo. Nice one. But sadly we're missing today Spaghetti. Has 184 races on his board, so he's the driver with the most starts here in the Racing League. We see Tam driving not the same pace as Myth is doing. Close to 5 seconds, 4.5 seconds gap between him and the leader of the Grand Prix. There's still 3 laps to go, and we have a 10-second time penalty for Myth. If you add this, then yeah. Not sure if Angelo is achieving P2 or fall back to P3. Let's see. Sound this fight here between Yo-Yo and Samuku. Wow, close to lose his car. But kept it on track. Closing the gap. Wow. Wow! Nicely defended from Yo-Yo on the inside. Now 2 laps to go. Angelo's P2 is at risk. You see here the gaps to the leader, 8.9 seconds for time being. The gap between Angelo and Myth and Mattia is having a 10-second time penalty for speeding in pit lane, and yeah, it's coming down to 9 seconds now. .1. Looks like Myth is now pushing as hell to achieve a P2 behind Tam Tam. Now it's 10.2 seconds and we are in the final lap. So Myth leading the Grand Prix, but with his 10-second time penalty, he will be spoiled back to P2, I think, and Tam Tam winning this Grand Prix here in Monza. It just finished when it's finished. Fastest lap still from Jamie, a 1:21.060. Nobody improving for time being. So the first one to finish the Grand Prix here is Myth, but as I said, with the 10-second time penalty, they will be spoiled back to P2 and Tam Tam winning this race here in Monza. Ahead of Myth on P3 we have Angelo, P4 Jamie, nice result for him. The next one to cross the start-finish line. Finish line in this case is Yo-Yo in the Red Bull. Yo-Yo, a nice P5 for him. Zamuko P6. Good check with a 3-second time penalty. Stays on P7. Yes, and then 1.6 seconds more on the race time is Wolfing on P8. Then we have Wolpress on P9. Last driver still driving is Mao with 10-second time penalty to be added to his race time. And P11 we have Kuli, who DNF'd today's race. Oh, we had some very nice laps at the beginning of the race. The rest of the race was more or less so, yeah. Green, white and red, all flags on the podium. We have the Hungarian flag of Tam Tam winning. Italian flag of Myth on P2. Angelo on P3 as well, Italian flag. And yeah, now let's go to this stats here. Race winner, as I said, Tam Tam. Jamie with the fastest lap. Driver of the day, Myth. Most overtakes, Myth, and Jamie, the cleanest driver. Again, here the standings. Yeah, I don't need to repeat this one. And now quickly go to the race director stuff. Go to this one. And to the pit stops. Yeah, guys, that was it for today's race. I'm not able to do any interviews, sadly, because I'm missing another headphone for the interviews. But maybe next time we're going for some interviews. But thank you for watching. And no, Tam Tam is Tomasito. He changed his name for season 12. Yeah, guys, that was it. Thank you for watching, and maybe see you next week. But let's see. Take care. Have a good week. Bye-bye.
Night, engines roar, hit the track, we're back for more. Lights go out, the race ignites, flat out speed, no fear in sight. On the limit, no retreat, through the corners, feel the heat. Slipstream tight, attack is near, who will crack, the moment's here. Arable's gone, DNF so fast, didn't think that he would last. Champion Myth, the pace is tight, GDA's ready for the fight. Speed and glory.